So now we're going to set our valve lash. Take our valve cover off. What we're trying to do, there's an arrow on this camshaft here. We want to get it lined up with our timing mark. Not the timing mark on the pulley, but the arrow that's on the pulley. Okay, so this arrow is basically how you set the valve lash on the engine. So when it's straight up and down, the way the firing order is 1, 3, 2, 4. So it fires, basically cylinders 1 and 3 are on the passenger side, 1 in the front, 3 in the back, 2 here, 4 here. So this arrow goes in firing order. If it's straight up and down, that's where you want it with the timing mark to adjust cylinder 1. Then it goes in firing order. 3, 90 degrees would be 3, and then the bottom would be 2, and then 270 degrees would be 4. So we're going to put it down to number 2 because that's the side we're on. Okay, so you're going to need a wrench, 10 millimeter, and a flat blade screwdriver. Basically, there's a set screw that goes all the way through, and you want to hold that screw stationary, and then break this loose. I've already got this one loose, so we'll do the same on the other side. And we're only doing this one cylinder right now. Okay, so you got that broken loose. Back it off a little bit so you have some adjustment room. Do the same over here on the exhaust. Okay. So for the intake, we're looking for 8/1000ths of an inch, and for the exhaust, we're looking for 10/1000ths of an inch, and that'll be the same on every cylinder. Okay, so we'll set our 8/1000ths first. Make sure it's nice and clean. All right, and then what you're going to want to do, you're just going to want to put it under, like right now. It's so tight I can't get anything under there. So then I'm going to want to back it off until I can get my feeler gauge in there. And I want just a little bit of drag. So that's perfect. So I'll set that right there. Then I'll go ahead and lock that down. Give it a good crank. And we'll double check it. It's 8/1000ths. And that actually loosened up quite a bit somehow. So okay, so I'm getting good drag back and forth. I can back it off even a tiny bit. That's about perfect. So then you hold, you get your wrench on there, hold your screw in place. Okay, and then double check it. Yep, perfect. Do the same to the other side of the intake. Good starting point is tighten it down on your feeler gauge and then slowly back it off until you get just a little bit of drag. Okay, that's right about where I want it. Perfect. Then for the exhaust, we're going to want to do 10 thousandths. So get that gauge out. So that'd be 0.010. Okay. Check it. That's actually really good. And so is that one. So we're just going to go ahead and crank those down. All you're really doing is checking. So before you loosen it, you can check them all if you want. That'll give you an idea of which ones you have to loosen. These ones were already set perfect because I held the set screw in place while I loosened them. So I just need to hold it in place again while I tighten them. Alright, so that's all you need to do. I told you how to turn this to be at top dead center, to where you want to make sure your lifters are loose, or your rockers I should say, and that's how you do that, by turning this quarter turn for each cylinder, and I already covered that. So just go around and do that for each cylinder, put your valve covers back on, put your spark plugs in, and you got a built engine. So yeah, well, next clip we'll be installing this and firing it up for the first time. I'm going to fill it up with some oil just to be sure. I don't want to forget when I get there, so that way it's just a drop in and go. So, all right, thanks for watching.